Peace to everybody out there. Peace to everybody out there. To all the guys and goddesses, kings and queens, emperors and empresses. Finna throw the hoodie on. Hoodie OJ go crazy. Hoodie Morpheus. You feel me? Peace to all the divine beings. Everybody out there moving in righteousness. I hope you having a good cosmic day or cosmic night, depending on when you catch this shit. You already know. Today I'm speaking on why, or tonight. You feel me? I'm speaking on why studying neurology and psychology is important. You feel me? And studying the brain. Study the brain. Like, I think I'm just saying that shit just for you to like hear me say it and then keep it moving in life. No, when I say study the brain, I mean that shit. Like, soon as you done with this video or shit, right now, nigga, cut off the video and be like, let me go study the brain. You feel me? I ain't gotta listen to what this nigga gotta say. Let me see what's going on. You feel me? But studying the brain is very important. I feel like, in my perspective, in my opinion, I feel like studying the brain is crucially important, because for the simple fact you begin to understand, and understand, nigga, all three. You begin to be able to what's the word I'm looking for? You can begin to be able to compile all the different things that take place within the human psyche, right? So, and the reason why I say this is because, you know, it pertains to people. And, you know, when you study the brain, it can give you a general idea of why some people act the way they act and do the things they do. You know, you get deeper into neurology, right? Because first you got just the anatomy of the brain, where you just learn about the different parts and their functions. But then you got what? You got the other side, which is like the neurological side and psychological side. And these are the things that like we dive into when the brain and the mental is dealing with damages, impairs, mental impairments. For example, a motherfucker, the reason why he can't walk no more because there's a certain nerve in his spine that's been severed, and that nerve is the main motor nerve for the motor cortex to be able to process signals and transmit signals through that nerve in order for the legs and the muscles in the leg to walk. So now you know that's a basic understanding of mental impairments and what happens when the brain undergoes certain injuries, illnesses, and damages. So studying the brain is important. You might be wondering like, okay, why am I so anxious and why am I dealing with anxiety all the time? That's probably because your brain is not producing enough melatonin that it needs to keep it in a relaxed state, because melatonin is the main chemical that helps regulate your sleep, and it helps regulate your mood and behavior, and it helps regulate your damn, I literally just fucking said it. But it helps regulate your stress and anxiety. My bad. You feel me? Motor. Yeah, I gotta get that memory cortex working. But you might be wondering why you experience anxiety, or you over stress, because first of all, your brain is producing cortisol, which is not really good for the body. You feel me? Your brain gonna always produce cortisol, but like too much cortisol and excess of cortisol leads to what we would call unnecessary stress, and unnecessary stress then leads to, you feel me, what we would call dis-ease. The body is under so much stress that the spirit becomes dis-ease because the spirit is living in the body. The spirit is in the body. It's like a car. If you driving in a car with loose wheels, nigga, you gonna feel uneasy. Nigga, you gonna feel uneasy in that bitch. If you driving in a car with a faulty engine, you gonna be driving in that bitch uneasy. Like motherfuckers, like for example, motherfuckers got old cars. They be scared of that engine light. You can't tell me niggas don't be scared of that engine light. Your spirit the same way with your body, nigga. Your spirit the exact same way with your body. So when that engine light come on your body, your spirit be like, oh shit, nigga, what's going on? Because it's too much stress on the body. You see what I'm saying? So, you know, it's important to learn. When they say learn thyself, they not just saying your spirit, your personality, nigga. They talking about your body too, nigga. Like, you hear a lot of people throw that shit around in the so-called conscious community and spiritual community. They be like, learn thyself, know thyself. But do you really know thyself, though? Do you really know thyself, though? Not just your shadow side, not just your angelic or light side, not just your personality, your emotions, your mood swings, or whatever the case may be, but also anatomically. If I say that right, anatomy, anatomically. It's important to know yourself anatomically, psychologically. You feel me? Anatomically and psychologically. It's important to know yourself like that on the physical term too, because the body is the vessel, you feel me? And the longer you can upkeep this, the more your spirit can push its power through this world. And not enough niggas studying that. Not enough niggas studying that, gang. You know, niggas want to talk about a shadow side, your shadow self, your shadow work. But do you sit back and think, like, what is the root cause of these different things that can not influence but fuel my shadow side? You feel me? My bad. I had to look behind me. I stay on point. But what are some things that cause you to randomly lash out? You need to go back and think to the root cause. Like, okay, I seem to randomly lash out because I got too much anger. But why do I have too much anger? You feel me? What in my life got me so far up to this point where I had this much built up anger and I can't control it? You see what I'm saying? That's when you start to get into the neurological and psychological aspect of the brain and the human psyche. You know, we get into shit like sociopaths. Niggas who don't really feel shit. You feel me? They call sociopaths. These are people who are their mental state is disassociated from the social aspect of life. And we know, my bad, my phone on 10%. And we know that social deals with the interaction between two conscious beings, whether it be an animal or a human to an animal, or, you know, a human to a human. Trust me, yeah, I just came off my 2 hours of studies on this shit. You feel me? Right now I'm studying cellular biology. I want to understand the anatomy of the cells. You feel me? How they work, how they process, what fuels them, what makes them stronger, what allows them to regenerate, what causes them to degenerate, what causes cellular death, how to prevent cellular death, you know, how to help the cells. You know that your cells are like little people. You know, your cells shit basically. I don't think y'all know that. Anything that's living has to shit. or I wouldn't say shit, but like let me just say everything that's living has to have some form of excreting waste out the body. You feel me? Let's just say it like that. Like when you dookie, that's just your body getting rid of the waste and the shit that it didn't need in order to get the energy that it needed out of it. Like for the cell, you get what I mean? Because all the food in your stomach turn into all this. It goes through different digestive stages, through different enzymatic processes. That's a big word right there, enzymatic. Go look it up. You know, enzymes, but it goes through um, an enzymatic process or different enzymatic processes within the stomach to turn into shit. You feel me? The shit that come out your. So everything living has to your cells have to and when your cells is not shitting, basically, you feel me? Or I wouldn't even say shitting, like they don't got a place to go and excrete this waste, which is like through detox. That's why people tell you to detox, sweat, you know, work out, sweat, um, um, take herbs, go on a fast, supplements and shit like that. You feel me? Because the body needs a way to get rid of this cellular waste in order for it to be refreshed and rejuvenated again to continue its journey on this earth. So y'all gotta understand and understand and understand that, like, knowing yourself, you better know yourself, nigga. And I can't stress this enough that as much as I don't want to say it, but I gotta say it's the truth. A lot of people in the so-called conscious community or trying to become conscious do not want to study science. They don't. The moment you flip some pages, niggas get scared. They like, what was that? You want to know what's more scarier than a gunshot to a hood nigga or a female from the hood? It's some book pages. Let some book pages flap a couple times and make a loud noise. They can be like, oh shit, that nigga over there reading? Let me stay away from him. We know he boring. Like, see, there you go. You think the shit boring. Or you think the shit, it's not even that, and it's crazy, it's not even that the shit boring to people. It's the fact that the shit, they feel like it's really what's the word I'm looking for? It's really like an internal projection, right? An internal to external projection of them, like, they saying it's boring, but it's really not boring because the simple fact they see these words that they don't know and don't want to look them up. You feel me? Just like I had to expound upon the see, niggas be like, what is expound? I had to expound upon the process of the enzymatic functions of the stomach on how it digests your food. Niggas be like, what did he just say? Niggas don't want to go look them words up. That's being lazy. You feel me? And not physically lazy. It's one thing to be physically lazy, cool, whatever. But to be mentally lazy is a whole different playing field. You know, the shit that go on with the mental world is very, very conditioned, refined, and complex. You know, and then when it comes out to the physical, it's not as complex as it is on the mental plane or the mental world, reality, whatever you want to call it, nigga. So of course, being mentally lazy is 10 times, 19 times as worse than being physically lazy. And remember, everything start with here first. So you have to already be like that in order to, you feel me? So I'm not like trying to say that, like, how can I put this? I ain't trying to offend niggas. You feel me? And I'm not trying to make it seem like, oh, just cause he know this and that, he must think he's smarter. No, I'm not saying that, nigga. You can get just as smart as any other nigga out here. You can be Albert Einstein, nigga. You can be Albert Einstein. All you gotta do is put in the work. What you think he had to do to learn the shit he learned? To do the shit he do? So, you know, and another thing I noticed too not just in the conscious community, but in America, mostly in America, there's a lot of mentally, all I can say is mentally challenged people in America, right? And I don't mean, it's a difference between being mentally dumb and then mentally impaired. See, a person that's mentally impaired, there's actual damage to the brain that, you know, that that prohibits them from living life than the average person, right? But then you got some motherfuckers out here, right? Like, for example, you got motherfuckers that worship celebrities. And it's a proven fact that people who, like, idolize the fuck out of celebrities is, like, dumb. It's a proven fact that they, like, rate lower on IQ compared to the average person that don't even worry about celebrities. I'm like, damn. You got motherfuckers out here that will tell me Christopher Columbus discovered America when it was already people here. What, nigga? What? 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 You see what I mean? You see what I mean? And we living amongst them type of people. You feel me? We living amongst them type of people. A lot of people are mentally challenged, bro, in America. Mainly the whole world, but America is like the core of this shit. You feel me? And I think that has something to do with all this TV programming and MK Ultra shit they've been pushing for the past 50 years. Since 1950, nigga. You got people out here you got Karens. Like, for example, you got people these people that they call Karens, right? You can't tell me something ain't wrong with their mental state, their psychological state. And this all plays a part in genetics too. Because genetics, when you get into genetic expression, your cells express the genes that are stored inside them. Nigga, I'm on this shit. Nigga, I'm reading this shit. Grease. I'm reading this shit. But your cells, the DNA inside your cells begin to express them all at once. All of your cells right now are expressing different genetic expressions. You feel me? Or different genetic codes that have been programmed and inside your vessel. So when these people act like that, you gotta think, what is going on with their DNA for them to be acting like this? When you get into behavioral genetics, phenotypes, well, I ain't gonna say phenotypes, my bad, it has to deal with looks, but when you get into like, I think that's what it's called though, behavioral genetics, if I'm correct. What the fuck was that? Some shit just try to fly on me. But when you get, I think it's called behavioral genetics, and when you get into that shit, that plays a part in the psychological states of a lot of people. Now, don't get me wrong, most of the shit come from external shit like traumatic events, death, whether it be a loved one, or I ain't gonna say that, well, death of a loved one, or a breakup in a relationship, or somebody lose their house, or you feel me, somebody lose their car, you feel me, that can play a lot of shit in the external world can play a factor in your psychological state too. So when you look at this shit, like, this shit get deep, especially when you start to take this shit back with my people, and then it's slavery and the shit that was done to us to get our psychological states to what they are today. Come on now. Be careful of who y'all watching out here, gang, and listening to. Not everybody out here with pure hearts. You got people that's so cold, right? They'll act nice just to get some shit out of you. And then, you feel me, turn around and do dirt on you. You gotta think about that. What could have a person's psychological state so fucked up, misconstrued to where they'll play nice? And when the time is right, they'll strike you in the heart. Or kill you for real. You feel me? They can strike you in the heart spiritually or physically, nigga. Study the brain, man. Please do. When y'all say know thyself out there, talking about so-called conscious people and spiritual people, when y'all say know thyself, do you really know thyself? Do you really study thyself? Do you really study the computer network and layout of your body, nigga? Your body is a computer. Your eyes don't even see. You can Google this. Can you Google right now? Do the eyes even see, or do the eyes not see? And they gonna say yes. The eyes don't see. They just take in light energy, produce it into electrical signals, which is sent into the brain, and then your brain produces those images of what those signals are. Illusions. Don't believe everything you see neither. See no evil, hear no evil, speak no evil, and no deception will come upon you. No deception will come upon you, man. I don't know if my phone about to die, but I'm finna end the video right here just in case it do, and then I fuck around lose the video. Love y'all, appreciate y'all, man. Like always, one love, make universal love, y'all. I'm out.